Yummy? Very. You gotta put one more piece? Where are the other pieces?
Fish.
Where are they? Where are the pieces? Oh, you got the penguin. Oh, we're missing another piece of sky. Wait, here, the rest of the piece. Oh,
Fish.
fits.
Mom.
Where's the last piece of sky?
Fish.
You finished the puzzle.
Mom.
You want to do it again? Okay, let's do it again. Oh, you finished the puzzle.
Mom.
You want to do it again?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, that's a tree. This is flowers and a tree.
Papa.
Flower.
Tree.